Chosen vessels, what's good? I got a special topic to discuss with you today. So I need everybody to hit that like button and hit that share button and hit that subscribe button. What I want to talk to you guys about today is staying disciplined. Because when you don't feel like doing it, that's what's going to keep you in the game and help you stay focused so you can get done what you need to get done and accomplish these goals. Because sooner or later, motivation is going to run out. It's good to be motivated, but after a while, when you're not motivated, when you don't feel like doing it, you're going to need something else to get you going. And that's discipline. Discipline is the focus to keep going when you don't feel like going anymore, when you don't see results, when you're tired because you're not getting what you want, and you're tired of putting in the effort, you're tired of putting in the energy, you're tired of putting in the time, you're putting in all this time, you're putting in all this energy, and you still haven't got what you wanted. And all you want is what you want so bad. You want these results so bad, but they haven't came yet. So it's like, you're like, where are my results at? And some people at this point, they give up. Some people at this point, they don't keep going. They don't have the discipline to stay focused and keep their head in the game. If some people want instant gratification, and you have to have the discipline to separate yourself from those people. When it comes to building a brand, when it comes to building a business, if you study any of those stories, when it comes to instant gratification, that's not it. Some of those things happen overnight, but for majority of them, they do take time and they do take effort. Even when people do have success overnight, it's overnight success, but it's not that success came directly overnight. It was some type of process that had to supersede that success, that had to come before that success. And when you're in the middle of your process, don't you give up, don't you stop. You have to be disciplined. When you look at these pro athletes and these star athletes and these movie stars and people who are successful in general, music artists, everybody, they are disciplined. They don't just drop one song a month or drop 2 songs a year. Those rappers are in the studio every day making music, okay? You can't be a rapper and not make music every day. If you don't have access to a studio, you better have access to something. You can't be an actor and not be practicing your script, not be practicing your lines. That's not how that works. What you have to do is you have to do that every day, whatever it is you do, whether you paint, whether you draw, whether you work out. It has to be done every day if you want those results. And you have to be disciplined enough to get them. You have to be disciplined enough to not sit down on the couch when you don't feel like doing it. Discipline is when you feel like doing it. When you don't feel like doing it, you still do it anyway. So when you feel like just sitting down, when you feel like not getting up, when you don't feel like creating, when you don't have any motivation, you have to find something to push yourself to do that. And that is discipline. Discipline is pushing yourself even when you don't feel like doing it. If it's too cold, you get outside anyway. You discipline yourself to the point where you don't care. You go outside, you work out, you get your workout done. Whether it's raining, whether it's too hot, no matter what it is, you go get it done. That's discipline. You're not always going to feel like doing what you want. You're not always going to have the energy to do what you want. But once you muster up the courage, once you find the energy, you will be able to do that. Sometimes if you don't have the energy, you have to find it. You have to look inside and find it. Whenever you don't feel like doing something, you have to look inside yourself and find it. You have to find your reasons for why you're doing this. When you don't feel like doing it, why am I doing this? I'm doing this because if I don't do it, my life is going to suffer. Why am I doing this? I'm doing this because if I don't do it, I'm not going to be able to create the reality that I want. Why am I doing this? I'm doing this because if I don't do it, the life that I want to create is not going to be created. You have to find your whys. If I don't do this, I'm not going to be able to eat. I'm not going to be able to sleep. I'm not going to pay my rent. You find your whys when it's easy for you to go to work. People find their whys when it's easy for them to, when they need to go get something from the store or they want something to eat. You find your why for that. You're hungry. That's why you go get something to eat. People find their whys when they need, people find their whys when they have to pay their rent, because if they know if they don't pay their rent, they're going to be out on the street. Why? Because they have no money. People find their whys when they need some new clothes or some new shoes. Why do you want those shoes? Because they're new and they're cool, and if you put them on, you think you'll be cool too. People can find their whys for everything except for what they need to get done and what they need to be doing with their life. You have to be able to find your whys for what you need to be doing with your life when you can't find the energy. All right, you have to dig down deep inside of yourself and make yourself get this done. It's not going to be anybody to push you. It's not going to be anybody to get you going. It's not going to be anybody to put that fire in your tank. You have to be the one to be like, hey, self, we got to get this done. That dream that we want, that vision that we want, that we saw ourselves living, that's real. But what we have to do is we have to make it real. That vision is real, but we have to put in the work so that it could become a reality. Because just thinking about it, that's not enough. That's not going to cut it. Just doing it every other day, that's not enough. That's not going to cut it. What you have to do is you have to be disciplined to make sure you get that done every single day. Nothing can come before what you need to get done. Okay, there are studies that show that when you don't eat, your brain acts at a faster pace than when you do eat. Your brain acts at a more efficient rate than when you have eaten. So if you need to get something done, you do it before you eat. You need to be that disciplined. Okay, I know I got to get this done. I'm going to get this done before I eat. I'm going to get this done before I do anything. I'm going to get this done before I even start my day. That way I'll have the rest of my day to do whatever I need to get done. And you do that every day for a couple years, and you have yourself whatever you want to create. And that's what I'm doing for my life now. I know that sooner or later, it's only a matter of time because I'm grinding and I'm putting in work. It's only a matter of time before I create the life that I want. I'm already seeing it now because I'm putting in the effort, I'm putting in the work. I see where my life is headed, and I like it. And I'm addicted to putting in work. I'm not going to stop. There's nothing that can stop me. I get myself out of depression. I get myself out of sadness. It's to the point now where I make myself happy. I do whatever I need to do to get myself up and get myself going so I can get done what I need to do, because Druuill is the only person that's going to do that. No one else. And that's the same way you have to look at it for you. Stop playing around with yourself. Stop playing around with these people out here. Ain't nobody gonna motivate you. Ain't nobody gonna keep you disciplined. Ain't nobody gonna make sure you need to do what you need to do to become successful. You need to find your whys on why you need to be doing what you need to do when you don't feel like doing it. Okay? There's nothing in 2023 with all this technology and as easy as stuff is. You could pop on a video. You could listen to some inspirational music. You could read something that'll get you going. You have to find something that gets you going. Whether if you listen to somebody and they motivate you, or you listen to something about somebody else being disciplined and that helps keep you disciplined, whatever you have to do, okay? Because sooner or later, I'm telling you, even all that's not going to be enough. One day you're going to wake up, you're going to be like, man, turn that shit off. One day you're going to wake up and be like, man, turn that off. You're not going to want to hear it. One day, the only thing that's going to be able to get you going is you. So you're going to have to condition your mind, and you're going to have to condition the things you say to yourself to be able to keep yourself going. Whatever has you down at that moment is something in your mind that is circulating in your mind, telling yourself that you can't do something. And that's why you're down and depressed. That's why you're sad. That's why something's not getting done. It's something in your mind that is telling you, oh, because I don't have this, I don't feel like doing that. Or because I'm not there yet, I don't have the energy to do it. Forget all of that. Whatever's got you down, F that. If it's an ex that you're worrying about, F that. If it's a job that won't call you back, F that. If it's the number that's not even real, that doesn't reflect your true worth, that's in your bank account right now, that's got you down, F that. All those things are false evidence appearing real. All that is false evidence appearing real. None of that stuff is real. Okay, it may be a fact, but it's not the truth. So whatever's got you down, whatever's bothering you, you have to eliminate that, and you have to make sure you still get done what it is you need to get done, no matter what. All these great people out here today, and you're not disciplined enough to get done what you need to get done. You could look up at your phone and look up on your phone and see, or on the internet, whatever you use, you could look up and see what type of lives successful people are living on their day to day. They're showing you how they stay disciplined. If you have to follow somebody else's routine, do what they do. Because like I always say, success leaves clues, okay? I learned that from somebody very important, very successful. Success leaves clues. So study the successful people, follow somebody else's discipline until you're disciplined enough to make your own. All right? Whatever you have to do to stay disciplined and make sure you get things done, you do it. Okay? Whatever you got to do, use cheat codes. Well, I mean, don't cheat, but use cheat codes. You know what I'm saying? Cheat codes to get yourself up and going, not cheat codes to cheat and get done. All right, whatever you have to do to get yourself up so you can get done what you need to get done, whatever you have to do to keep your routine so you don't fall off, so you don't miss a day. Because if you take one day off, that's going to turn into 2 days, and that's going to turn into a whole week, then that's going to turn into a month, and that's going to turn into 3 to 4 months, and that's going to turn into a half a year. You don't want a half a year to go by without you getting, oh, I said I was going to do this. I said I was going to do that. You don't want a half a year to go by without you not getting done what you said you were supposed to get done. Everybody's going to be looking at you. You're going to be looking at you. You're going to feel uncomfortable around your friends and family. All right, you're going to feel uncomfortable. You're not going to be able to look at yourself when you look in the mirror. You're going to want to get those things done. So when you come around people, when you're looking at yourself in the mirror, when you wake up every day, you feel good about yourself. You don't want to be going to sleep feeling bad about yourself, like, oh man, another day went by and I didn't get done what I needed to get done. But you went out to eat to the bar with your friends though. You sat up and watched that game though. You went to the movies and hung out with that girl though, or that guy though. But you couldn't find time to get done what you needed to get done. You couldn't find your reason why to get done what you needed to get done for you, but you found your reason why you needed to go to work. Stop making excuses, y'all. There are no excuses when it comes to doing what you need to do for you and your goals and your dreams. There's absolutely no excuses. You can't make none. The better excuse, the worse it is. The better the excuse, the worse it is. Stop making excuses and stay disciplined, okay? When you don't feel like doing it, your reasons why are going to keep you going, all right? Your reasons why are going to keep you going. If you don't do it, your child is going to have to, that you have, is going to have to go through the same life you went through. If you don't do it, you're going to repeat another year of failure. If you don't do it, you're not going to be successful this year. If you don't do it, you're still going to be in your mama's basement. If you don't do it, you're still going to be living a life of misery, okay? You're going to be uncomfortable around successful people. You want to be the successful people. You don't just want to be looking at the successful people and watching them live their life. You want to be successful too, and you can, but it all boils down to how you live your life, okay? Successful people, they stay disciplined. Like the people who make it in life, don't let things get them down. Whenever something does get them down, they already have ways to bring themselves back up. That's all it is. Whenever you feel a certain way that's holding you back or stopping your progress, you don't have to keep feeling that way. If there's a moment in time where you don't feel like doing what you need to do, you can find a reason to make you feel like you should do it. All right? You should always have whys. Just think about how much money that you would get once you start actually pursuing your goals and your dreams and stuff like that. Doesn't that keep you disciplined? Don't you want to be able to have a different life? Don't you want to be able to experience different things? Don't you want to be able to see new places and different cultures and take trips, go on vacation whenever you want? Or you just want to keep living that normal everyday 9 to 5 boring life? All right, hell on wheels, okay? that boring 9 to 5 life is hell on wheels, okay? You don't want to have to keep working every day. You want to be able to do the things that you want to do. You want to be able to be what you want to be, and you want to be able to have what you want to have. That's what everybody wants. I guess you call that the American dream, if you want. So if that's your dream, if that's what you want, if you want to be able to dress nice and look good and go places and have as much money as you want, and drive the cars that you want, what's going to have to lead up to that is some type of discipline to be able to create a lifestyle that will be able to generate the amount of income for you to be able to do those things and to be able to sustain that. And the only way you're going to do that is by staying disciplined. All right. If you give up on yourself and you just like you scatter your dream and you scatter your work ethic, a couple days a week, I'll do this. You will not get there. You'll never get there. You'll just be spinning your wheels in the same place, and you don't want to keep doing that. So make sure that you stay disciplined. It has to be something that you do every day, even if it's a little bit. Even if you don't feel like doing it, make sure you do a little bit, because that little bit is going to be greater than just not doing anything. That little bit is greater than just sitting on the couch and just saying, whatever, I'll just let another day go by. When you keep letting days go by, you keep letting time pass by, your dream is just slowly fading away. That dream is just slowly fading away. It's like, it just keeps lengthening a rope. Like imagine your dream tied a rope around you and it's right up on you. Each day you don't do it, it just moves back, just keeps moving back. Your dream and you just keep getting further and further separated away from each other as time passes by. And your life is just passing you by. And nothing that you're doing is going to add up to anything that's going to bring you any type of joy in life. You're just going to be one of those average people that wake up, go to work, go home, and just can't wait to die. You're gonna be waiting for your heaven in the afterlife instead of creating your here in this life. All right. When you wait for heaven in the afterlife, your worldly life is a disaster life. When you wait for heaven after, you are right now living in a disaster. So to get rid of that disaster and to stop thinking that you're going to have heaven after, create your heaven right now. All right. Don't you deserve a better life? Isn't it worth it to be disciplined so you can have a better quality of life? Just think about that. Think about it like this. All that work you're putting in, all that discipline you're putting in, it's going to suck to do it. But when you get done doing it, oh man, when you get done doing it, you're a rock star for the day. Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, it's boring. Yeah, nobody wants to keep doing it. But when you get done, you're a rock star for the day. You have to change your view on it. Well, hard work sucks. But what's the sucky part about it? Afterwards. It's not gonna suck after you get it done. Yeah, it sucks doing it. Nobody feels like doing stuff. Nobody feels like going out and running in the rain. Nobody feels like waking up 4 o'clock in the morning and reading books or working on this project or finishing out that project. Nobody feels like doing that. But the people, that's why you pick something that you love to do, and that's why you find your reasons why. Even when you love to do something, you're not gonna feel like doing it every day. You're just not. Especially in the beginning stages of it, when you're trying to create it, when you're trying to make it pop, you're not gonna feel like doing it every day, because there's gonna be times where you're discouraged, because there's gonna be times where you put in so much work and you're just like, oh my God, I'm still not there yet. What the heck? But you have to stay disciplined through all of that. You have to stay disciplined through all of that. And you have to stay motivated through all of that. And you have to keep going and push through all of that. You can't stop at that point, because if you stop at that point, you might as well have just not even started. Why start just to stop halfway through? There's no point. If you started, you might as well keep going just to see it through. But I'm telling you, start studying successful people, because all successful people, there's all something similar, and there's all something similar in each of their stories. There was a point in time where they thought they weren't going to make it. They kept going. They stayed persistent, stayed consistent, stayed disciplined, and they finally made it to where they wanted to get. And that's all. That's all it is. That's all you have to do, and that's all I'm asking you to do. That's all I ask myself to do. It's just to stay disciplined so I can get to where I want to get in life and have the life that I want. And when I stay disciplined, when I work every day, when I push myself to do the things that I don't feel like doing, even push myself to do the things I don't feel like doing, even when I don't feel like doing it, and I still get it done, man, I feel like a rock star for the day. You know, as far as what I got done, you can't tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's not egotistical. It's not prideful. It's just for me. It's just like, wow, I didn't feel like doing that. I stood up to myself. I stood up to the world. I stood up to my environment, and I got that done. I did that. And that's how you should feel. That's how you should want to feel. You should not let the day go by. You should not lay down and go to sleep without that feeling entering into your spirit and your mind. I did what I needed to do. I did what I said I was going to do. I took care of that little part of my life today. So tomorrow, that my life could be that much greater and that much better. And if you're not living like that, you're wasting your time. You're letting your life waste away. If you're not living like that, what are you really doing with your life? Everybody's got goals and dreams. You can't lie to me and tell me that they don't. Everybody got goals and dreams. God says so. God puts a vision in every man's heart. It's just only few people go after that. Okay, only few people have enough courage to go pursue that. Not everybody is willing and to put in the work to stay disciplined. Like I said, there are people who will just give up halfway through. They'll be like, there are people right now. Somebody gave up right now. Somebody gave up today. Somebody quit this morning. They said, you know what? I haven't seen anything from this. I've been doing this for 5 years. I'm done. I quit. I hit a point like that before, and I didn't quit. I kept going. I said, you know what? I'm not where I want to be, but I said, I'm grateful for everything that I've learned. And I said, if I took it from not knowing anything to where I'm at right now, and I kind of like how it looks, imagine if I don't give up. Imagine if I keep putting in more, where sometimes what you're doing is not good enough. Sometimes what you're doing is not good enough. Sometimes you're going to have to put in even more work. And that's what I had to realize. I said, yo, I put in this much work and I'm still not where I want to be yet. I'm going to have to put in even more work. So I started doing research, started figuring things out, started researching more. Then I found out, I'm like, yo, I'm getting closer. I'm right. I'm listening to my stuff. I'm listening to other people's stuff. I'm like, yo, I'm right where I need to be. All I need to do is keep going for a little bit more. And then, yo, my stuff is going to sound exactly how I always wanted it to sound. When you don't give up on yourself, you'll see that you'll be able to create and be able to do what you always thought you could. And you wouldn't be able to do it if you, and I mean, you wouldn't think you wouldn't have thought you could have done it if you wouldn't have been able to do it. God wouldn't have put it in you if he didn't think that you could do it. All it does is it takes time to be developed. And you have to develop it to a point to where it can get you where you need to go. And that's why discipline is key. It's a key to success. And if you stay disciplined, success will follow you surely for all the days of your life. Thank you for watching this video. You know this has been a Druuill special where we always give you more and never lesser. So hit that like button, hit that share button, and hit that subscribe button, because it's gonna get live all of a sudden. Stay tuned for more Druuill videos. Okay, this is the Manifest Station, where all your dreams and goals are coming to reality with hard work, dedication, motivation, discipline, and God first. Thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned to the next.